Hey, Cub fans! Thanks for joining us here today on Cubs 24/7, where Randy talks Cubs. We're going to talk Chase Strumpf today, and the reason Chase is on my mind, probably three reasons. He was one of three infielders that received a non-roster invite to spring training, and when that list came out, it causes some questions. You ask yourself, why this guy? Why not this guy? And there were several questions that popped into my head earlier when that list came out, and one of them was Chase Strumpf. And not that he shouldn't be. I'm not saying that, and I'm not really sure why he surprised me, other than I just saw some of the other prospects that are getting a lot more headlines, a lot more talk, and I didn't really hear much about Chase. Even during the Cubs convention, I didn't hear a lot about him. So when he showed up on that list as being an invite, it sort of came out of nowhere for me. Now, that could be my fault, but that's the way it is. So the questions about David Bodie being included, about Kate Horton being excluded, some questions around that, and we still have lots of questions that may or may not be answered in the short term. But for now, I just wanted to familiarize myself with Chase and give you guys an inside track as well. So let's just go ahead and talk about Chase Strumpf. He's a 26-year-old, born March 8th, 1998, 6 foot, 170, right-handed hitter. He was something of a high school phenom. As a freshman at Jacera High School in San Juan Capistrano, he had already committed to play in the Pac-10 at UCLA. So that's how good he was as a really young player. Freshman in high school, he'd already committed to go to UCLA. After his freshman year, he played on the USA national team, the 15 and under national team, that won a gold medal in Barranquilla, Colombia that summer. So he was a really good young player. So high school, phenomenal. He goes ahead and goes to UCLA. His freshman year, he started 54 games as a freshman, all of them at second base. That summer, he played in the Northwoods League for the Duluth Huskies. He hit .335 with a .425 on base, a .549 slug, and hit 6 home runs in that summer league as a freshman. As a sophomore at UCLA, he hit .363 with a .475 on base. Slug was .633. OPS of 1.108. First team All Pac-10 as a sophomore. Chase has quite a pedigree here. In 2019, his junior year, he hit .279 with a .416 on base and a .472 slug. So to this point, Chase's high school career and his college career were filled with just success. Really good player. So that translated into the Cubs drafting him, second round, 64th overall in the 2019 draft. 2019 draft. Signing bonus $1.05 million. He immediately gets assigned to rookie ball. He only plays 7 games in rookie ball. Then he gets bumped up to the Eugene Emeralds. Plays 26 games for the Emeralds. Hits .292 with a .405 on base and a .449 slug. And they bump him up to High A South Bend. So his first year in professional baseball, he covers 3 levels. Played second base every game at each level. 2020 comes. Of course, he doesn't get to play COVID year. 2021, they start him back at High A South Bend. He plays 16 games, hits over 300, 309, 418 on base, 382 slug for an 800 OPS. Gets promoted to the Smokies, plays 62 games with the Smokies, only hits 211 with a 335 on base and a 380 slug for a 715 OPS. 23-year-old Chase Strumpf, South Bend Cubs and Double-A Smokies. 2022 starts the season with the Smokies, plays the entire year. He played in 116 games, so a full season, full load. Hit .234, 379 on base, and a 461 slug for a 839 OPS. And his power starts to show. Chase hit 21 home runs in 2022. He's 24 years old at that time. So here comes his power. In 2023, he starts out with the Smokies. Last year, played 37 games, hit 258 with a 401 on base and a 500 slug for a 901 OPS, hit 7 home runs in those 37 games. At Iowa, he got bumped to Iowa. He finished the season in Iowa playing 67 games there. He hit 212 with a 356 on base and a 442 slug. Just under 800 OPS, hit 14 home runs. So his total in 2023, 21 home runs and showing some pop. And here's what I noticed. He'd been a second baseman pretty much his entire professional career. In 2023, though, they moved him to playing third base quite a bit, which sort of answers my question a little bit. Here's his numbers. In his time with the Smokies this year, he played 22 games at second base, 11 games at third base, and 2 games at first base. Then when he moved him to Iowa, they moved him to third base. He played 34 of his games at Iowa at third base, 21 games at second at Iowa. So, all right, why Chase Strumpf? Well, they're thinking third base. They've right the question of third base. They're trying to look for options, see who they have. Chase Strumpf got an invite so they could take a look at him playing third base. He's got a high on base percentage, and he's starting to show some pop. He's always been a good glove. So I'm gonna suggest that in my mind I've had him underrated for whatever reason. I just hadn't looked at him close enough, but good bat to ball, showing some pop, can play pretty much anywhere in the infield. They're going to give Chase Strumpf a look at third base. That's why else would they have brought him in? So I found that interesting. He's 26 years old. We're going to get a look. If he's going to knock on the door, it's going to be pretty quick, right? He's 26. So I'm looking forward to it. We'll see what Chase looks like here in spring training. So I know this helped me. I got my head around it now. I know what I'm looking for. I'm going to be interested in what kind of power he displays, his bat-to-ball skills, obviously how he looks defensively, and it's going to be entertaining. So Chase Strumpf, we'll have a look. Guys, thanks for joining us here on Cubs 24/7, where Randy talks Cubs. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you again soon. Go Cubs, go.